I'm Ananya and you're joining us on the news at 2 on NewsX, and this is a shocking incident that will reignite the sex education debate. A 12-year-old girl was allegedly raped by her own father for the past 5 years in Gurguram, but the matter came to light only when she confided in her teacher at school, who taught her value education and the difference between good and bad touch. She told her teacher that her father often raped her and that this has been going on for 5 years. When her teacher asked her if she had told her mother about it, the girl said she did, but her mother had asked her to keep quiet. However, the father has now been arrested and an FIR under sections 376 of rape and 506 of criminal intimidation of the IPC and of the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act has been registered against the father of this child. Horrific news. It's a girl, a 12-year-old girl who's only realized while taking sex education classes in school that she has been undergoing molestation and rape by her own father. She did not know the difference between good touch and bad touch until she was told about that in school. Mohit Bhatt, my colleague, is now joining us live with more details of this news that's now coming in from the National Capital Region. Mohit, first and foremost, this is horrific news. What do we know about the charges against the father of this girl, the incidents itself, and why did the mother not react when this little girl shared the incidents with her mother?
Well, yes, in fact, it's a shocking incident that has come from Gurgaon. Now, this girl, a 12-year-old, was again and again raped by her father. And then when she went to the school, there was this value education class where she narrated her ordeal to her mother. And then her mother contacted the NGO and also the police. And then the police and the NGO took her to the Jaipur head office. And there a proper consultation was also being done. Then she told that she has been raped for 5 years and her father is raping her for 5 years. When she contacted about this to her mother asked her to keep quiet. Now, on the complaint of NGO, 0 FIR was registered over there, and then the case was transferred to the police station in Gurgaon. Now, a case has been registered under section 376 of the IPC, that is your section for the rape, 506 of the criminal intimidation, and also the POCSO Act, because the girl is under 18 years of age. The father has been arrested and father has also confessed to the crime. Father has said that under the influence of alcohol, he used to commit this. Yeah.
Horrific. The father claims he was under the influence of alcohol, which is why he was raping his own daughter in Gurugram in the National Capital Region. Any charges against the mother, because it seems she was aware of what was happening and yet she asked her daughter to keep quiet and she did not take this matter up at all?
Well, yes, that's the most shocking part of this whole incident, that when this girl went up to her mother and told her that she was being raped by her father, the mother asked her to keep quiet. But then the question over here is that why no action is yet being taken against the mother. Now, the NGO which took a girl for the counseling to their head office in Jaipur, they have been saying this, that a case against mother should also be registered because she was the part of the crime. Charges of criminal conspiracy, that is 120B of the IPC, should be pushed on the mother. But as of now, the investigation is going on. Mother is also being called for the questioning by the police. But till now, no charges have been leveled on the mother. But yes, she was also the part of the crime as she decided to keep quiet. Now, she should also be framed against the charges, at least 120B of the IPC, that is for the criminal conspiracy. Back to you.
Right. So, the mother, of course, is equally guilty for not listening to what her daughter was saying. Reactions, Mohit, any reactions from the child's school? Because it seems the child actually confided in her teacher, because when she was undergoing sex education lessons, it's only then she realized the meaning of what was happening to her for 5 long years. Any reactions from her school, her teachers? They must have been taken aback.
Well, yes, the school teachers was completely shocked when their child narrated the whole incident to her teacher. Now, this incident came out when there was this moral education class going on in the school, and we need to applaud the teachers also over there that they took a very swift action. They took a very strict action, and they informed the police over there, and an NGO was also roped in. Then the NGO took the girl to their main office in Jaipur. Then zero FIR was filed over there, and then the case was transferred over here, and now the father has been arrested. So clearly, the school authorities were in shock when the girl narrated the whole incident, but they took a swift action. They informed the police, and this is how the crime came out. Now, this is with the help of school and the teachers, crime came out while the mother of the girl chose to keep quiet and also asked the girl to keep quiet. But the school authorities took action. They informed the police, and the crime is out in the open. But yes, school authorities were also very shocked because this was going on for the past 5 years. The girl narrated to her her teacher over there, and the girl is now 13 years old. This was happening since she was 7 to 8 years old. So it's kind of shocking. Now it remains to be seen whether some action against the mother would be taken by the police or not.
Mohit, is this bringing back the debate and the demand for sex education for children in schools? Because clearly children need to understand what is right, what is wrong, and what is good touch and bad touch, because it's often, as is now seen and evident in this case, it's often relatives, near and dear ones, who molest and rape children.
Yes, that is a very pertinent point over here. Now, this debate has been going on for a long time, that the children should be informed about good touch and bad touch, and also about the sex education. But sex education is something that is still considered to be an issue of great taboo in our country and in our society. People are not willingly coming out and teaching their children, their wards, about sex education, that what is a bad touch, what is a good touch. And today also we went to a senior psychologist, and when we discussed this issue with her, she clearly stated that around 70 to 80% cases to her comes where the child is being sexually exploited by the member of the family,
yes,
be it the distant relative or from the same family. So clearly a child needs to be told about what is a good touch and a bad touch. And because of the value education classes, moral education classes, the girl was able to come out and express her views to her teacher, and that is why an action is being taken. So clearly this raises a debate that sex education should not be considered an issue of great taboo in our schools. People should talk about it, parents should talk about it to their children, and when such incident happens, they should go to the police instead of asking the children to keep quiet, because it also has a long-term impact on the memory of the child. The scars of this incident will remain till her adulthood also. So clearly people need to understand this.
Absolutely. This is about awareness. Isn't that the point about the sex education debate, that this is about awareness, not just awareness of the children, but awareness of parents themselves, what they are subjecting to their child to if they don't report the matter, especially if it's a near and dear one. Ranjana Kumari is joining us on the phone line for a quick reaction. Ranjana Kumari, what do you say about this incident that's coming to light in Gurgaon, where a girl realized that she was being raped by her own father for 5 years or longer, only because she was going through sex education class in school, and that's when she confided in her friends and teacher?
Well, this is really a horrible situation in the country where children are being used, exploited, none other than their own family members and parents. As you know, the Delhi data itself talks about 92% cases of rape by known people, family members, friends and relatives. So in this kind of a situation, it is not just sex education, but also making the community and the children available about this kind of a brutality that they are infecting, not aware. Certain people should be punished also, because it is not just making them aware. I mean, how does this change? People should be punished to be, to realize that this is a crime they are committing, and they must be brought to the book.
Absolutely, ma'am. So do you think there are two different things to do here? Sex education for children and an awareness program for adults, parents, relatives, everyone across the country?
There used to be traditionally norm where girls' fathers were not allowed to pick up the girls after certain age, even and put them on their lap. This used to be the cultural tradition of the country. Of course, I would say that is not something, that was also another extreme. But at the same time, what is happening now is really shocking, surprising, and it's also breaking all kinds of cultural, social and family norms that is happening.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Ranjana Kumari, for sharing your thoughts on this news that's coming in. And this has happened in the National Capital Region's Gurgaon. Mohit Bhatt, my colleague, has been tracking this report for us. The girl, in fact, had initially confided in her friend, who shared the information with the teacher. The school then counseled the girl but did not report the matter to the authorities, it seems. They reported it instead to an NGO. Mohit, is this girl now being counselled? Is she back with her mother? Where is she now?
Well, yes, when this incident happened, the teacher called 1098, the helpline, and then NGO teams rushed to the hospital, and then a police complaint was filed. The NGO team took her to their Jaipur headquarters, and proper counseling of the girl was done. And the girl narrated her ordeal that for past 5 years she is being sexually exploited by her own father. Then a zero FIR at the Jaipur police station was being registered. Then the case was transferred to Gurugram police station, Gurugram police station, where again an FIR was registered. Now the father is behind the bars. The girl was brought back to Gurugram, and her medical examination, medical tests were also being done, and she is in regular touch with the NGOs and also with this NGO, and her counseling is being done on a regular basis. The girl is in a state of a complete shock that she was being raped for past 5 years by her own father. Now the regular counseling process will help her revive. But then the question over here is that her mother should also be held guilty for this, because she knew about the crime. When the girl went to her mother, she said that her father had been sexually exploiting her, and then her mother asked her to keep quiet. And that is what is the demand by that NGO who counseled the girl, that her mother should also be interrogated, and she also has to be held accountable for this, so that it sends out a strict message that these cases of sexual assault on children, sexual exploitation of children should be reported, and whomsoever covers this up and tries to shut down this case will be punished. Back to you.
Mohit, if you've been speaking to residents in the National Capital Region, especially in Gurgaon, where this incident is said to have taken place, what's their reaction? Because, you know, sex education in schools, that's something that people have strong views about. Many parents think, yes, it's necessary. Many parents think, no, it's best avoided.
Well, yes, that is the main contentious issue over here, that sex education is considered to be an issue of great taboo in our country. Now, many of the parents these days are coming up and they are educating their child about the good touch, the bad touch, and against the sexual exploitation. But still, we have people in our society that clearly think that these issues of sexual education, sexual exploitation, the good touch and bad touch should not be taught to child, as these are the issue of great taboo. So clearly, we need to come out of it. The government should also make out that there should be some measures so that the teachers should come together with the parents, the children should come together with the parents, and from the school time, from 5th to 6th, rather from the 1st to 2nd standard, the students should be told that what exactly is sexual exploitation, good touch, bad touch, and also they need to be educated, because education is something they would need so that they will come out and talk to this about to their parents. Because in many of the cases of sexual exploitation, we have seen that the children do not know that what is exactly happening to them. Then, so that is why they are not able to communicate with their family, and they get threatened by these kind of people. So clearly, people need to come out and talk to their children about the sex education. Back
Absolutely,
to you.
Mohit, tracking that news for us in Gurgaon. Thanks for the moment, Mohit. And certainly the sex education debate will be one of our top focuses this evening here on NewsX.